So we're going to talk about the elements of functions, okay? I want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, there is, I've been hammering on this before, we have our classic function machine, right? We have our function machine. In my mind, it's like a meat grinder, right? You put my cat inside the meat grinder, we get delicious ground cat. Okay? Which, now I feel a little sick. But that's okay. No, it's some sort, we think of it as a machine. And it's a relationship. F of x. What that means is, something is a function of x. That's what f of x means. Something is a function of x, okay? So we put something in. We put something in our machine. And what is it that we put in our machine? This is our x. And then we get something out. What do we get out? This is our y. Okay? This is our y value. Whoops, I knocked the thingy. Let me fix it. There we go. Okay. So we put in an x, we get a y out. All right? Now the thing is, when we put in an x, we get only one y out. Okay? If I put beef into the machine, I get ground beef out. If I put turkey into the machine, I get ground turkey out. If I put in cat, if I put in my cat Emma, I get ground cat out. Not necessarily ground Emma. I'm going to talk about this. But the thing is, what I want you guys to think about is you can put two different things. You can't put two completely different things into the machine. What? I can't put in a turkey and sometimes get ground turkey and sometimes get ground cat. That makes no sense, right? You can't put in one thing and get two things out. You can't, if you fill up your gas tank, right, you put in, but there's different grades of gasoline, right? You can put in, cheapo gas like I do, or you can get premium, right? Which no one buys premium unless you have a nice car. And let's be real, I don't have a nice car. Okay? All Stanley. Let's be nice to Stanley. Or he might tag up your vehicle, I don't know. He's vicious. Okay? So you're at the pump. And there's like regular, which goes into your car and lets you go. And then there's super, which goes into your car and also lets you go. Both work just fine. So here's what yeah. What's that? Well, we still have I still have 9:49 on mine. So I think we can go. We can keep teaching this lesson. I don't think I have to stop it. Just because. And also, we can go into passing period too, because it doesn't really take you 5 minutes to get to your next class. So we're good. We're good. Thanks for keeping track of that. So when we're looking at this, what we have here is the things that go into the machines, like here. We call this the domain. And the thing that we get out of the machine, we call this the range. Okay? The things that we get out.
So would the car be something that we get out?
No. What happens when you put gas in it? Driving. So driving would be the range. That's what we get out of the car, right? So let's think about our example that we had here. Right? We had this pool example from our example today in class. All right? And so here's the thing. If x is what we put in, our x value is our domain. These are the values we put in. And if what we get out of it is the water level, that's our range. That's our y. So is the range, is the water level, HTO level, is it a function? Is a function of our domain? In this case, our domain is time. Is the water a function of time? Absolutely, because depending on what time you got there, it would be a different water level. Okay? Whereas the water level is not, look at the way the water level is. The water level can be the same twice, but time only happens one way. We call this the vertical line test. If you can take your pen and slide it across a graph and it never touches the same thing twice, it never touches the point twice, we say that it passes the vertical line test and thus is a function. If we had something like this, say that was some relationship, and we do this and we pass it across, we see that it crosses the line more than once, this would be not a function. Not. Whereas the purple line is a function. Does that make sense? Domain, range, you guys have this in your notes? If you don't have it in your notes, you can watch the video again. But that should be sufficient for you guys to do your homework tonight. See you tomorrow.